All right, has anybody heard about Grokipedia? Any hands up for those who heard of it? All right, well, a couple of people. Excellent, excellent. So this is one of Elon Musk's newer projects. It is called Grokipedia, and the site is, Grokipedia.com. For those of you, anyone sort of know what the origin of the word grok is? This is one of those, what do they call it? I was going to say multiple choice test, but no, sort of general knowledge test. Any takers there? Where does the word grok come from? No one? Any science fiction fans here? Roger, did you know?
Well, isn't it one of these geek sites that developers use? Isn't there a site called Grok? Or an app or something like that?
There could very well be. There could very well be, but that's not actually the origin of it.
Okay.
They've actually stolen the word as well too. In fact, those of you that are science fiction buffs may remember this, but Robert Heinlein was an author back in, I think, in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And he was the one that termed the word grok, and grok means to know. In fact, it means to know so deeply that it's ingrained in your body. So it's a bit like when you ride a bicycle. When you first start riding a bicycle and you fall off, you know how to ride the bike, but your body doesn't yet know how to ride it because you keep falling off. When you get so competent, you can jump on a bike without even thinking about it and head down the road, end up 2 kilometers down the road and think, how the heck did I get here? Because your body just took you there. That there is your bodily knowledge, and that there is what grok means. So that's a term coined by Robert Heinlein. So there you go. There's a bit of useless information that you can go away and share with your significant other or anyone else that may not be interested. But Elon Musk has actually captured that term to create the site called Grokipedia. It is taking on, and it's an AI version of Wikipedia. So it's a direct competitor to Wikipedia, and the purpose of this site is to provide information that is factual information, I'm guessing, that you can just come along to Grokipedia, type in your question, and it will give you the answer. So if we said, for instance, what is the origin of the word grok? Actually, this is probably pretty dangerous, isn't it? I might have just made up that whole piece, so we'll see whether I was right. All right. What is the origin of the word grok? Has yielded 10,000 results. And in fact, none of those are, in fact, the origin of the word grok. The word is live, the word is murder, the origin of faces. What's this? Oh, here we go. Here's grok here. Let's have a look at that. So here we go. Look at this. This was from a book, Stranger in a Strange Land, and it's written by Robert Heinlein. And so there you go. In Grokipedia, it tells you the origins of the word, written in 1961. So there you go. Go and grab Stranger in a Strange Land. In fact, that was a really good book. I really enjoyed that one. And it's probably not too dissimilar to what's actually happening in our times as well, too, even though it was fiction. So it really is a Wikipedia type of thing, but an AI version of Wikipedia. So if you've got a question you want answered, here's another place to go. So that one there is Grokipedia.com. So these links, we'll drop these into chat. The end of the evening, you can save the chat, you can go and visit it, you can interrogate it, you can ask all those questions that you've always wanted to ask, and I get the answers to it. So we'll drop all of them in so you can explore these apps and tools later on. All right, next one I have for you is one called Gling.ai. And this one here is one for those of you that have got YouTube channels, and are creating videos. Maybe you are not up to the standard of producing fabulous videos and are free, as Dr. Chris would be teaching. So you need to have some editing tools to make you look good, make you sound good, and to get some clips out that you can use for shorts and reels and that type of thing. So what this particular tool is called Gling. It is a way to edit your videos. And so it does some interesting things, like it will cut out that word it'll cut them all out. In fact, and there's a range of other filler words that often we use. It will cut those out. It'll do things like speed your video up just slightly. So if you speed your video up slightly, we're not talking 2 times speed, but we're talking about maybe 1.1, 1.15 times speed, so possibly even 1.2 times speed, then it engages people even more because it's just a bit quicker moving. So it will do things like that there. It will, if there are sections in it that you want to cut out because you scratched your nose or you swore or you sneezed, then you can cut those out. And it intuitively does some of this just with some of the AI. It will do things like cut your clips into different sizes for different formats. And so with that, if you are filming, then it's always best to film in landscape mode because that works for both landscape and portrait. But, you know, if you happen to have done it on your phone and you have forgotten that and you've done it in portrait mode, then it's got some modes there to make you look good as well too. It will do things like generate your titles, your captions by AI. And then you can upload it directly to YouTube as well too. So it is a video editing tool specifically for, you know, YouTube videos, and it really just makes it a whole lot easier. The YouTube does have an editor inside it, but this one here is a whole lot easier to use than the editor that is inside YouTube. So you can try this one for free. It's a reasonably newish tool. You can try it for free. Just click the start for free button. And, you know, if you do choose, you know, if it looks like something that really works well for you, pricing on this is actually really affordable at $10 a month. So it's one of the cheaper tools that I have previewed here, and certainly one of the cheaper video editing tools. So that one there is Gling.ai. All right, next one is, it is along the vein of the video sort of theme. This particular one here is, if you don't want to be on video, then you can create YouTube channels that have content on it, your content that you want on it. You don't have to be in the videos. It will generate content with the AI tools that it's got inside it, and it will grow your channel on TikTok with your AI generated videos. So it's not just random videos. You will pick your theme, you will pick your topics that you want to talk about. There is a whole lot of stock imagery on there. There's a whole lot of stock video on there, and you can input your script into this, or at least a prompt into this, and the prompt then will generate a whole heap of TikTok clips. So this one's specifically for TikTok. For those of you that are not on TikTok or wonder about the value of TikTok for business, it is one of those channels that it may surprise you is incredibly good for business. I met a mortgage broker and he gets 100% or almost 100% of his business out of his TikTok channel videos. So who'd have thought mortgage broking would be something that would work well on TikTok, but he's got a whole audience in behind there. And the algorithm is quite different to the other social media platforms and video platforms, and that you can upload a video today, but it might not be till 8 months later that the thing actually, the video just takes off. So it all is around the sorts of videos that people are watching and the recommendation that TikTok makes, that, you know, that it brings it into the feed. And it might be that, you know, at some point, the particular topic you're posting on is something that 8 months down the track, people are starting interested in the topic, and all of a sudden your video gets featured in there as well. So it is an interesting channel. It is well worth exploring. And if you want an easy way to make videos without you necessarily being it, you can use videos that you've made as well too and cut it into a whole lot of clips. So you can use a combination of AI and yourself as well. And certainly if you do have a lot of clips where you are talking about, you know, the things that you do or things that may be of interest to people, then definitely upload them, and then the AI machine will go to work and will generate more videos with you in it as well too. So pricing wise, it's not too bad. It's $19 a month to start it, so all the way up to unlimited at $195 a month. Of course, it's US dollars, so it's a wee bit more than that for us here. But this is all about creating what they call real farms, EEL, not REAL, and you know, having a pretty solid presence on TikTok. So this site is actually quite good. You know, once you log into it and start your free trial, it is good because they also teach you how to do things like warm up your TikTok channel and really how to create a channel that really is going to drive business to you. So it'll help you create videos, but there's education aside that really help you with it as well. So I have to say, I haven't used this tool yet to create my videos in TikTok. We're still doing it the old-fashioned way, but the reason why I've got this up is this is one that's on my tick list now to try out to see how well it works in the TikTok realm for us. So that one there is called real.farm. Okay, next one I have for you is one called Ideap.ai. Love this one. And all you do with it, it's a mind mapping software and it's an AI mind map. So what I did with this is the 6-week program that I've put together, which we launched this morning, how to build a funnel for you and your business, which is operational by Christmas and just run, for the rest of the year around generating leads and sales. I just imported the idea into this here, just the prompt here, and what it spat out was this. There we go. So from that one idea, it created a whole mind map of all of the things that I would need to think about to put together this program on that particular topic. So it's got major topics in here. If I can just scroll in so you can see it. Here we go. So if we go and have a look over there, so it's got some major topics, like for instance, content creation, launch and scale. So under content creation, it's got some subtopics like, basics of copywriting, creating visual content, email and ad content, and then it, breaks it down to, let's say for your email and ad content, writing email nurture sequences, developing copy for social media. So it actually helps you to brainstorm and build out a whole plan. So this really gives you a head start, when you're thinking about an idea that you're creating for your business. Fabulous piece of AI to really help you to build out your concept really quite quickly and to create some ideas that you might not have really thought about. One of the things that I hadn't thought about was this idea in the middle, which was mindset and productivity. I would not have included that in there. So it comes in with some, other suggestions and ideas in there as well too. So it's certainly a great starting point if you have some ideas that you want to flesh out into some sort of mind map. And you can collaborate as well too. So you can share this with other members of your team. They can add to it as well as the AI, generating it. So here you go. Here's my prompt. Build a six-week course to get a funnel built. That's it. That was the prompt. And that's what generated all of this. So yes, I really like this one. I thought it was a great tool. So that one is called Ideap.ai. And the very last one I have for you is, as ever, is a book. So I've actually bought this one as an audio book. It's called Win the Day, 7 Habits to Help You Stress Less and Accomplish More. So it is a productivity book and it's got 7 principles in the book. And some of them are quite common sense. Others are sort of a newer take on things. You may have heard, for instance, that concept of eat the frog, which means that when you wake up for your day, and you've got a range of tasks to do the one that scares you the most, or the one that you don't want to do, or the biggest one, and the rest of the day is easy. Don't save it to last. But he's got an interesting take on that as well too. So that's Win the Day by Mark Batterson. And that there is a roundup of our cool online tools for tonight. So we will drop those into chat. There they are. So they're all in chat at the moment. So let's drop into chat. What was your favorite tool? What's the one that you think will maybe take you down that rabbit hole, never to emerge for the week as you explore it and make, I don't know, TikTok videos or whatever it is that you're doing? Of course, all of these apps and tools, we will have these in the Business Owners Smashing It Online Facebook group. So we'll add them in there. So if you're not a member of that, head over to Facebook, search for Business Owners Smashing It Online. In fact, the link is in chat. You just have to click on it and click the join button, and you'll find these tools there later in the week and all the other tools that we've had in the past. They'll be there too. So who knows? Tool you've been looking for could very well be in there. And of course, if you want any help with any of these apps or tools or your strategy around it, feel free to reach out to me. We have a range of programs that can help you with all of that. All right, what was our winning tool here? I'm just having a look there. You know what? Gling got a shot at that, but the overall one was Ideap, that mind mapping tool. Yes, I'd be really interested to see how you go with that. If you find some interesting use cases of that, let me know. But that was, for me, was the outstanding winner for me as well too. All right, well, that's our Call Online Tools section. And I see in chat there, some of you are introducing yourself. So thank you for reminding me about that. If you do want to connect with each other on, say, LinkedIn or your socials or whatever, feel free to pop your information in chat, because you can save at the end of the evening and start to connect with each other at some stage after this.